welcome to the Horror Next Door. This is our favorite new horror trailers from March 2022. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Real quick, before we begin, I just want to say that last month we talked about a movie titled Men, and between then and now they've released a full trailer which shows off a lot more of what's going on. If you want to hear what we said about it, you can watch last month's video, but also we put the link to the full-length trailer in the description for this video. Check it out. Now, on with the trailers.
Night's End. An anxious shut-in moves into a haunted apartment, hiring a stranger to perform an exorcism, which quickly takes a horrific turn.
Night's End stars Gina Walker, who is on Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, and also stars Michael Shannon from Man of Steel, Take Shelter, and The Iceman. By the time you see this, Night's End should already be out exclusively on Shudder.
I'm looking forward to watching this just because I think it's a really cool idea. I saw a short film on YouTube not too long ago that had a similar premise, and I just think that very often agoraphobia is an interesting topic, and it seems sort of like, that's pretty much what he seems to have. He's a shut-in, he's blocking out his windows and stuff. I also love Michael Shannon. Like, there was seriously this little flash of him, and I'm like, was that Michael Shannon? So I don't know how much he's gonna be in it. It definitely looks like Gina Walker is gonna be the main focus, and we're going to be with him in his house the whole time and stuff. That's another reason I want to see it, is because I'm a huge Michael Shannon fan. The only thing I guess I would say that I'm a little bit concerned about is like the supernatural or demonic entity or whatever it is that's messing with him or, in his house. I hope that those elements of the movie are done well, because that could kind of make or break it. If it's super cheesy or the story takes a weird nosedive or a weird turn or something, it could kind of mess things up. So I have high hopes, but we'll see.
So one of the things that really stuck out to me in this trailer was the fact that this guy is making YouTube videos, and obviously we can relate to that because we make YouTube videos. I just thought that was really cool. He's a shut-in and everything, but he's also making YouTube videos. He has some kind of fan base that's getting involved, and they're asking questions about things in the background. And I think in one of the clips, he's talking to the camera, and I think there is like a person or something standing behind him in the hallway, and it's kind of weird. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. Can't wait to check it out.
Watcher. A young woman moves into a new apartment with her fiancé, only to be tormented by the feeling that she is being stalked by an unseen watcher in an adjacent building.
Watcher stars Micah Monroe from It Follows and The Guest, and should be coming to theaters June 3rd.
Well, first off, with this title, we just want to give a quick shout out to The Watcher with Keanu Reeves and James Spader, because we both like that movie. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But anyway, to talk about this one, I do like Micah Monroe as an actress. I think she makes a lot of really interesting choices with the films that she works on. Usually does a pretty good job in everything I've seen so far. This is a creepy premise. I mean, just the idea of feeling like someone's watching you is eerie. I think we've all had that weird feeling at one point or another in our lives. Maybe, I guess one thing that I would say I'm not super pumped about as far as this trailer is concerned is that, again, it's kind of like the whole, oh, you're paranoid, get over it type of thing. And I'm just so sick of that trope in all the movies where it's always like some female that's getting told, oh geez, it's nothing, blah blah. But I am intrigued about what is really going on, so I definitely want to check this movie out regardless.
So we have watched a lot of her lesser known movies, and we've really enjoyed them. Some of them are really weird and just not the normal thing that you see, and this looks like just another one. I'm really interested to see how this all plays out, if it's going to take some kind of violent twist at the end, or is it just going to be nothing? This guy's just some weirdo that watches you and then just moves on with his life. I don't know. Something has to happen at the end. Gotta see it. Gotta see how it ends.
The Quarry. It's late summer in the remote forests of upstate New York, and the teen counselors of Hackett's Quarry have the camp to themselves for one final night. In this thrilling cinematic tale, you control the fates of all 9 counselors as their party plans unravel into an unpredictable night of horror. With every life or death decision, the choices you make will determine how the story unfolds.
The Quarry is made by Supermassive Games, who brought us Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology. and stars David Arquette of the Scream series, Ted Raimi from Ash vs. the Evil Dead, among many other things, Lance Hendrickson from Aliens, Lynn Shay from the Insidious series, Ethan Suplee from Boy Meets World, and Grace Zabriskie of Twin Peaks. The Quarry releases June 10th on PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Ever since Until Dawn, we have been super into these games. We're definitely behind on them. We haven't played the whole Dark Pictures trilogy yet. Regardless, these games are always really cool and really fun, and they do have high replay value because of the way the story changes depending on how things happen and the choices that you make. So needless to say, of course, we're excited about another one of these games. I also think the cast is epic. I mean, they went from kind of just having, Hayden Panettiere and Peter Stormare and like somewhat lesser known actors to having like some pretty big names in this one. So it's awesome they're still making these games. It's cool how much like movies that they are. Yeah, I'm just excited to play it.
One thing that I liked about this trailer right off the bat is the fact that this takes place at a summer camp, and obviously being a fan of the Friday the 13th series, that's right up my alley. It's definitely inspired by Friday the 13th in some way. The trailer doesn't really reveal very much, which is nice. We don't really know what is lurking out there, what is attacking these people. Is it just people? Is it creatures? Is it something supernatural? Who knows? I'm not sure if you've played Until Dawn, but you'll never guess what the enemies turn out to be. I play a lot of different genres of games, but I really do like playing games like this where you're pretty much playing like an interactive story or an interactive movie and you can make choices. I just like the idea that everybody could be dead at the end or everybody could be alive at the end. And I just like how every playthrough is different. Can't wait to play this. Can't wait to check it out. We need to get on those other Dark Picture games.
Choose or die. A broke student who, in pursuit of an unclaimed $100,000 prize, plays an obscure 1980s survival computer game. After a series of unexpectedly terrifying moments, she soon realizes she's no longer playing for the money, but for her own life.
Choose or Die stars Iola Evans and apparently, according to IMDb, Robert Englund as himself, which ought to be interesting. Choose or Die comes to Netflix April 15th.
This just looks like a super fun, super rad movie. I mean, there's not even a whole lot to say. I'm just super excited to watch it. As far as the trailer itself, we did catch a quick shot of a Nightmare on Elm Street poster. As soon as they started revealing what happens with the game, and they had that scene with the waitress, should she break more or clean up? She just said clean up, and then the waitress started eating the glass. I was like, oh man. So the things that people may have to do and the situations they may be forced into in this, the possibilities seem pretty endless. Also had no clue Robert Englund was going to make a little appearance, so obviously I automatically care. I'm just super excited for this. I'm really glad it comes out soon so I don't have to wait too long because I'm going to prioritize watching this one for sure.
Towards the later half of the trailer, there's a quick shot of some needles in a sink and a man looking like he's about to shove his face in there. And it really was just an awesome thing to see in the trailer. I thought the trailer was really cool, but when it got to that moment, I was officially sold. I just thought the way the needles were set up and the way they looked and everything really was a nice little callback to me to Saw 2 and the Needle Pit, one of the most memorable Saw traps in the series. Netflix puts out a lot of horror movies these days, and unfortunately, I feel like most of them aren't really that good. But this one, I feel like has some promise, and I'm really interested in seeing it and cannot wait to check it out.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment letting us know your thoughts on these trailers, all of which will be linked below along with our store and social media pages. Until next time, choose or die.